Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD and I'm here to do another reading for you. This time we're going to go ahead and read about a bad situation that you're in, or just a situation that is not convenient for you and that you would like some tips, tricks, ideas, and whatnots to be able to move through. As per usual, we're going to go ahead and light some charcoal. Best trick I ever learned. Get some fire going. I found another product online yesterday that was fire-based. I got so excited. But I'm thinking I need to chill with that, right? Anyways, for those of you that are new to my channel, I want to extend a super warm welcome. Thank you for stopping in. And for those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone's time, energy, and effort. I hope that everyone receives exactly what it is that you are here for. So I'm actually utilizing frankincense and myrrh, which is like my go-to, and some other stuff that I don't recall the name, as well as some sagey sage. So our intent, once again, is how can I get out of this situation? My intent is to bring you some clear and concise messages. But initially, I also want to describe the situation first. As usual, you will have 3 options to choose from. And let's go ahead and get the deck. We're going to choose from this. I kind of retired this for a little while since I moved. So we'll be using Eggs Tarot art. These are handmade. And if you're inquiring, Amira de Transylvania, made in Italy. You can go on Etsy and check those out for yourselves. Oh, hey, calm down there. Calm down there. Show me what I need to see. I need 3 cards for everyone to choose from. And that is going to represent how can I get out of this situation. So 3 cards. There's card number 1. Show me what I need to see. And was that 2 and 3? 1, 2. And I do need 1 more. These kind of are leaping all over the place, which tells me some of y'all are in some situations. Okay, so reflection. Look at this card. Feast your eyes. Okay, we'll discuss it a little bit later. I'm all excited. Calm down, G. That would be me, by the way. So we're going to choose. Card number 1 is reflection. Card number 2. I love this guy. Manipulation. Okay. That would be card number 2. And card number 3. Traveler. So let's get that little stand so you can see them all together. All together now. All right, folks. Take a peek. We're going to have reflection with the number 53. We will have manipulation with the number 47. Or we have the traveler with the number 44. Choose your pile, and I'll see you there. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose reflection, then this reading is for you. So as per usual, I want to thank you for stopping in here. For those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much once again. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I hope you find exactly what it is that you came here for. Now with this one, obviously, somebody is in deep, deep reflection. But it's interesting. I'm noticing it's almost like a fishing pole with a fish right here, like a sardine. And this person's like trying to eat breakfast, but it's almost like they get tempted over and over to keep throwing out the lure, or the lure is being thrown to them. So you could be feeling like somebody perhaps keeps distracting you from whatever sustains you. Your sustenance. So this could be like a distraction at work. This could be distractions in home life, or both. You could be somebody who is fixated on a goal, and somebody keeps yanking the goalpost away from you. Every time you get closer, they move it further away, and so on and so forth. So that could be really frustrating. But this person is intense with their intense fixed stare. Now, I feel like you're in a situation where maybe perhaps you're expected to be really traditional, or you are somebody who's incredibly traditional, and nothing wrong with that, of course. And yeah, I feel like this like little anchovy. It's kind of like, okay, which fish do you want? This one, this one? Almost to the point where you're reflecting so much that you can't make sense out of things. Now, I feel like for some of you guys, you could be, because this to me initially looked like a window, but now I'm kind of seeing it like a projector, old school projector. Once upon a time in school, that's what they used to do, is show us these like old school projectors. And it just feels like you are in a situation where somebody is projecting what it is that they want or who they are or whatever situation they're in. So that's kind of like complicated. Each person is going to have a different thing, of course. And so bear with me. It's going to be a little bit to work through. But this projection right here, it's almost like, okay, this is what I think a lot of you guys are thinking is like, this is what I view. Some of you guys, it's a love situation or a romantic partner or a situationship, whatever your deal is, right? But I feel like this is projected onto you. This is what I kind of feel like it is. And you're trying to maybe wrap your head around it. But every time you get close, the goalpost gets moved or you get a different anchovy in front of your face. This is a PG reading, okay? Don't get me wrong. So you take that however you will. My brain does go south quite often, so I apologize beforehand. Yeah, that happened. But I'm going to say that for others of you, in all seriousness, I feel like you're in a situation where it feels like the carrot, or the sardine in this case, keeps getting dangled further and further away. And it's like, when do I find that completion? When do I find that person simply focused on me? Or maybe somebody's teasing you with, oh, well, we'll be in a committed relationship once our finances are together, or once I get this out of my system, or when I finish school, or when we get, you know, whatever the excuse is. So this is quite complex. Now, for others of you, I do feel like this situation is actually regarding work, okay? So this could be when you get the promotion, and the carrot, or the sardine in this case, keeps getting dangled further and further away from you. And you're like, okay, do you really intend on me getting this or not? It's a yes or no question, okay? I feel also like things are sandwiched within your brain. It's almost like there's just too much going on in there. So you could not outwardly express a lot of what's going on, or this person cannot, whoever this represents. But there's a lot going on the inner brain of yours, okay? So that was really awkward to say, but I'm sure you're used to it by now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in actually some rune just to clarify, just because it's different and fun. So we're going to use these runes just to get some clarification, add more to the story. Show me what I need to see. I need just 2 runes for this here pile, number 1, please. We've got, I knew we were going to get 3 for the goodness. And we're not doing reversals today, or are we? And let's see how we feel. We got 3. I went ahead and picked it up. Okay, first thing I'm going to see is, is this guy right here. And I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce it. But this is regarding communication and insight. This is having order and divine inspiration and having your own vision and things. And I feel like maybe this is saying that things have been implanted in your mind, or that you have things in your mind that are not realistic, and the carrot keeps getting dangled further and further away, or this fishing pole keeps getting moved with a sardine, or whatever the case may be. And therefore you are lacking focus, you're lacking clarity on how to obtain what it is that you want. You don't have any order, and you don't have any like real true vision, because this is like kind of a hot mess situation, right? It's just not conducive to sorry about the noise, you guys. I can't control that. Dogs are all excited downstairs. Anyways, yeah, it's really difficult to be in the flow of things and to be clear and direct. There's a lot of mixed messages going on and things are not clear whatsoever. Now I have, I guess it's called Jera. And this is balance and abundance in cycles and rhythms. Yeah, getting into harmony with everything. So it's really, I feel like this is what you want, but it's really difficult because you're not having a clear vision or clear understanding or clarity on how to do it, which is why you're here to begin with, right? It's like, how do I get out of this situation? That's what brought you probably to this reading. The next I have, I think it's pronounced Burkano, but I won't swear to it because, you know how I pronounce stuff. But this is about birth, about sanctuary, life changes, fertility, and it's also about secrets. So this could be saying that, you know, because it was reversed, secrets are being exposed and you're having a lack of clarity, or secrets need to be exposed, one of the two. And it's a life-changing moment right here. I feel like in order to get all your ducks in a row and to really attain what it is that you want, these secrets do need to be exposed. So there's some subterfuge and some funny business going on here. See if we can kind of move the smoke on over. Yeah, there's some smoke and mirrors and some stuff going on. It could be cloudy thinking with yourself, but I do feel like it involves somebody else, just to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think that this is all to your own making whatsoever. So how can I get out of this? Let's figure out a little bit more about what this is, and then we'll get into how to fix it, how to solve it, and more tips and tricks. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Zombie Tarot. This was packed away and I just unpacked it today. So I'm super excited to have this back in the mix. We're going to get some zombie cards here. I know it's not Halloween, but every day for me is zombie worthy, especially with this deck. I don't know if it's in reversal or not, but we're going to clear this and let's pull some cards. Show me what I need to see for this situation for pile number one. Whatever situation they're in, please. Whether it's love, whether it's... I see a bridge with a bunch of... it would be like trees and brush and things like that, but it looks like it's wilting and dying. Okay, show me what I need to see. Clear messages, please. What is the situation? What is going on for pile number one that they need to get out of? And show me now. Let's see, because we already had these flips. We've got the Two of Wands. So you need to make a decision about something. And yeah, Four of Cups. So there's a lot of boredom going on here, or there are potentially a missed opportunity. Now, what I'm going to say about this missed opportunity also, the first thing that's catching my eye is that you guys need, if you guys read, you guys have to get these cards. I love these cards that crack me up. Okay, so the zombie's like, okay, you want your hair stroked? And he's like, yeah, I just want my hair stroked. Massage my hair, massage my head. And she's just bored, not really having much about to do with anything, you know? And I feel like there is a situation where there needs to be a lot of changes with the 5 right here. And the 3 needs to be a collaborative change, okay? Can't just be you, but to be real, it's going to be you that has to incite the change. Is that a way of saying it that's proper? I don't know, but you get my meaning. You're the one that's going to have to initiate the change. It's going to really have to come from you and your directive. And I feel like at this point, I feel like there's anger. I feel like this person's actually getting angry with having to deal with trickery, with things that aren't clear, with things that aren't forthcoming, okay? And so it's a situation that you definitely need to get out of, but it's also a situation where I feel like you might be quite comfortable some way, somehow in. So it's going to, yep, 8 of Cups. So you need to walk away from something. You need to make a decision, choose your path, and walk away from something, whether it's a job or a person. And I feel like it's going to be really healthy for you because I think that's where you'll find your mojo. I kind of feel a little bit more peppier. a little bit more excited when I pull this card, because although it is Eight of Cups and it's about walking away from situations that are like ominous and turbulent and we don't know how things are going, and this whole plaza is flooded and there's zombies everywhere and you are like pristine and walking away with your stuff, right? But then we have the zombie that just cannot let go of you. So you might have somebody who literally does not want to let you go in this situation. They might be, it's a cycle of them trying to reel you back in over and over and over again. And I noticed these cards were reversed, so I'm just going to go ahead and do reversals, whatever comes out. All right, one more card for this situation. What are we choosing in between? A little bit more clarity for the situation, please, for pile number 1, and show me now. Gosh, I say one card and 2 come out. The Knight of Wands. There has to be something that you're going to move towards that is going to give you a lot of inspiration, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of excitement. And it's almost like this person's like, hey there, you've got 3 hands. I mean, use them. What is going on here? But with the Knight, this could be a little bit of a rash action, but I feel like it is actually warranted right here, because you are dealing with a Queen of Swords. Now this Queen is reversed. This person, whether it's male or female, let me show you the upright. This person is not a nice person. They are super intellectual, but in the reverse form, they're not going to lift a damn finger. They're going to direct point, make you hop through hoops, jump through hoops, move the goalpost further and further so that you never actually quite get the prize, whatever the prize is to you. It could be peace, it could be relationship, it could be whatever. I don't want to say the rest because this is a PG reading once again. But this lady, this person is an actual bitch. Okay, you're dealing with somebody who has harsh words, harsh way of dealing with you. And even... I mean, she's armed to the teeth, right? So she's willing to kind of, pop a cap in you or 2 if that's what it takes. It doesn't make a difference on how you're feeling or what you're thinking. It just seems like it's really selfish. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. We know the situation. This could be a boss again. This could be a partner, potential partner. This could be a parent. Whatever your deal is strictly your deal. Now let us get some cards, and we are going to be using, what are you going to use? Let's use these. Actually, we're going to, just because it has a similar vibe. I love using these cards together. We're going to use the Housewives Tarot once again. I thought I retired them, but I didn't. So show me what I need to see for the solution for pile number 1, please. I'm trying to make these short, concise, and to the point. Yeah. Show me. Thank you. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1 in order to get more clarity on this, how they get out of the situation, and show me how. And pull one more. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have somebody being left out. So it may be that you have to leave someone out in the dark. In this, you're going to have to leave a situation. There is no doubt about it. And it could be a job. Once again, it could be a person, but you definitely want to get into the flow. So by leaving this person or this situationship, whatever this deal is, you are going to feel so much more in control, so much more balanced, and so much more closer to your goal, even if you cannot see it at the moment. So this is a stalemate. This is urging you not to give in to these enticements, not to give in to these promises. They're really empty promises, aren't they? And it's a very childish and cruel way in some ways, if you think about it. So now this is even kind of making me think of Thanksgiving, because that's right around the corner at the time I'm shooting this. Now these readings are timeless. But, it may be that you have a stalemate with the situation. I'm seeing a dog right here, actually. And it might be just like, I'm guarding my heart. I have a lot of love to give. But you know what? You're not invited to dinner. You're not invited to this feast because I can't deal with your subterfuge and things that are not, upfront and honest, and I think that you are going to start making life-changing decisions by protecting your heart, by walking away, even if that means that you have to ice other people out of your life or heart. And I think that is going to really help promote a lot of movement, a lot of excitement, a lot of messages to and from. And I don't feel like these messages are going to be to and from this person that is behaving badly. I feel like it's more a person. It could be a team if you're working on a project and you're, having to collaborate with somebody who's toxic and things like that. That's a possibility. Oh, Grisel, stop fussing with this. Sorry. But I feel like more is just an intimate thing. It's more intimate than that, okay? You are definitely going to get a lot more communication, a lot more bites, a lot more swift movement in a good direction. I mean, look at her smile. She's just like, what's there not to smile about? Now, what jumped out for us earlier that I almost forgot to read right here, we got the devil. And this is about obsession, about control. This is about temptation. This is definitely about vices. So this could be about having vices and somebody, let's say, for example, you're trying to get clean and somebody, okay, let's talk about my situation. So somebody, was trying to, swear off alcohol and things like that. And then somebody starts bringing alcohol in to, quote, sneak it into your house and things like that. Or drinking stuff that, they're like, well, you don't have to drink, but I'm going to, and you're supposed to be a team, that kind of a thing. So those are those ideas. Or if you're like, swearing off of drugs, or if you're really wanting to lead a chaste lifestyle or get off cigarettes or get off pills, whatever your deal is. I'm not here to judge you. So the temptation could be also, folks, making more money. Yeah, that could be an obsession and a temptation. So whatever your deal is, I feel like it waxes and wanes. It's like on again, off again, and you're gonna have to be stoic in the same way that you were in deadly pursuit of whatever this was. Take time to reflect, but understand that it hasn't come to you thus far, and it was really designed and built so that it actually doesn't come to you, period, whatever this thing is, okay? So you're loosening that grip. Show me how else to get out of this situation, please, for pile number 1, and show me now. King of Pentacles, that's what's up. So you're going to be able to really focus on your stability. Focus on what makes you feel stable. If something feels rocky, unreliable, especially malicious, if you have a project and the implication is that you're going to get a raise or a different position or promotion, whatever the case may be, or even relocation somewhere after you do this, that, and the other, and yet they keep adding to it, that's never coming, okay? It's just not designed. It's just a way to motivate you, manipulate you. The Knight of Cups jumped out right here. It jumped out sideways. So you could have somebody who kind of apologizes. Oh, I'm sorry for being a bitch to you every now and then. I'm sorry I'm so rough, or I'm so rough around the edges. I just really want things to work in a certain way. And it's just a load of crap. And I hope that you know that. Part of that is the obsession. They could be obsessed with you as well if this is pertaining to a relationship. Yeah. For some of you guys that this pertains to a relationship, part of the problem is that you already built a solid foundation together. You may have like land that you bought together, or properties, or you may have businesses, or all of the above, whatever the case may be. And that might make it more of a challenge. It's more of an entanglement right here. But what I'm seeing is I'm hearing also, we look good together. And it's like, well, who gives a crap? Great, you look good together, but when you get home, it's all bombs and landmines and shrapnel and dodging minefields. I mean, doesn't that count for everything? Don't buy into the narrative that what looks good is always good. That just kind of frustrates me, to be honest. Anyways, ignore my worn cards right here. So I've got the Two of Wands in this deck right here. Also, the number 2s to me is all about personal power and making decisions. This is about reclaiming your space once again. This is about deciding, don't come any further. I need to make some decisions here. Then we have the Chariot. This is movement once again, along with the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is, it could be also like love messages back and forth. But the Chariot is moving and taking a risk and causing movement in order to gain something that you really want, get out of a situation that you really don't want. So if you do have land and you have children, or you have, an investment in maybe you're a partner at a firm that you've been there, for however many years, and yet this is how you're feeling. it's time to move on for sure. The risk is well worth it. The hassle is well worth it. I feel like also your blood pressure could be suffering. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like this is aging you quickly. Or I feel like you feel like this ages you quickly. I know I was in a situation where, you know, when the world blew up, basically, and everybody started going crazy and the media started going crazy. I was so stressed and I worked the whole time. We had like 2 doctors. All the doctors quit except for one, the owner, and it was down to just myself and my friend, the receptionist. It was really a difficult time. And I felt like I aged, and I told her, I was like, this boss needs to pay me back in Botox. Okay, you owe me some Botox because I've aged like 5 years in 2 months. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that's my point, is whatever it is costing you, it is not worth it. Now we have the Page of Swords, and I feel like somebody could be around you. It could, I feel like project manager, or whatever the case may be, that's making a mess out of things. Every time that they get involved or they're around, they seem to make a mess out of things, and you have to go behind them and clean it up. Now, the problem with this is that, you know, it's more like a devil may care. They're just kind of playful. It's like, oh, I'm the owner's daughter, the owner's son, I'm the wife, the this, the that. But, you know, it's not benefiting the situation. It's not a collective mindset. And it's definitely not a King of Pentacles mindset where we're all collaborating for the good of everyone. So this person is a hazard to whatever situation, even if it's a child throwing wrenches in the party. If you're married to a partner who had children before, and you have children currently together, this could be a situation where the kids are causing a problem as well because it's amusing and they want attention. Okay, so if this is not that situation, this could also be some spying going on there, and them looking after. I heard your muddy handprints, so take that for what it is. Anyways, how to get out of this situation, you're gonna have to really work hard to get out of this, but you knew that. Show me a key ingredient here that will help pile number 1 to get out of this situation, please. And show me now the Knight of Wands. Dun, dun, dun. Which was the same as we got with the zombie deck, the Knight of Wands. You have to find your passion. You have to find your drive, your desire once again. What is it that made you wake up in the morning excited? What is that you would wake up and be all like, wow, this is really what I want to do? Find that focus once again, because whatever you're doing right now, this is not that. Okay, so it sounds simplified, but it is a lot of work. I totally realize that. And there might be some tears, but there might also be some crocodile tears, because this person crying in here, obviously she's like, oh, boo hoo hoo, you really hurt me when you said, and it's like, you've been the bitch the whole time and now you want to play the victim, you know? So this person could be saying, you know, don't leave or don't change or don't, you know, whatever the case may be. Don't take your assets away from me. I mean, but she's looking to see if her ploy is working. So you're gonna have to do what is good for you, especially. And I don't feel like this is a healthy environment. So with that, if you like this reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Good luck and namaste. Hi, pile number 2. My name is Griselda Psychic MD, and here we are to do your reading. I'm going to go ahead and clear our space. I'm not using smoke this time, so please lower your volume or take your earbuds out if you are using them. I'm ringing the bell, and 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So you chose manipulation, the number 47. Number 4 right away to me refers to stability, home, hearth, the 4 corners of the world, the things, foundations, basically. Okay. I want you to look at this card, you guys. I love this card. Look at how he's just looking at me all skeptical, like, really? And he's trying to eat, presumably maybe an egg. And somebody is eating his mind. Somebody could be massaging your mind. Yeah, manipulation. Maybe what else do you want, right? I did pre-pick some runes. I just actually didn't really pick them. I tried moving the bag and they fell out, and all three fell out as is. So I'm going to read these for you as well. And this is Legos. This is about flow, memory, the unconscious, fate, karma, and dreams. Okay, this is definitely just going with the flow, being fated. Now, this one came out in the other pile, number 1 as well. You may or may not be drawn to watching that. Entirely up to you. No harm, no foul there. But this represents communication, insight, order, divine inspiration, and true vision. So you're having a hard time. You could be really feeling like a little bit restless, a little bit like brain foggy, a little bit just not clear overall. Okay. And then this one is, I don't know if you can even see it. Radio. Is that how you pronounce it? Well, anyways, it's natural rhythms, journey, action, movement in the right path. So you're being clouded right now. And I feel like obviously the outside source is with the great manipulation. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say obvious because it could be an inward thing where you're the one manipulating. I don't get that sense. I'm like, my people don't manipulate anything like that, but we're people, right? We're human. So let's see what transpires here. I would like to get clear messages on what the situation is. First, I want to describe the situation, and then I want to give you clear solutions. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. Why is the manipulation card here for you? And show me now. 3 cards, please. We have the King of Cups. We have the 8 of Cups, which also came out in pile number 1. And we have the 2 of Wands again. And I did shuffle. So, you also have a situation where you need to make a decision. I feel like this is a little bit more complicated because I feel like somebody is actually massaging your ego. In Spanish, we would say, te están comiendo el cerebro. And what that means is that they're eating your brains, okay? So, what that being said is that this is done very deliberate, very strategic. It's done to really confound you, confuse you, cause you to really self-doubt. And I keep hearing deflection, okay? So I have the King of Cups right here. And typically this person would be somebody who's been through all of the emotions, like in love with love and in the pursuit of love, a little bit like Footloose and Fancy Free, a romancer. But this person is mature. This person can be even drowning in it as we know it. And I feel like this actually represents you. So you could be feeling a lot of emotion that you're not letting people know about. I'm still looking good, smelling good, walking right. All of those things that we need to do. And sometimes we just need to live that way because, you know, I mean, the world doesn't fall apart when things are just not 100%. It just is, and we have to continue, you know, doing what we got to do. Now, the one thing that I would say is that you're a real observer. You might have really intense eyes. This person has really intense eyes. This gaze is intense. I feel like a lot of you guys could be like in law enforcement, law, or analytics, something that requires your careful assessment, your scrutiny, your deliberate analysis, I'm hearing. So engineering, whatever the case may be, that causes you to really look at things and look at them again. And they have to make sense. And I feel like you're in a situation where you're like, make it make sense, because it simply doesn't. But I also feel like because every chakra is submerged here, and it's like this captain is underwater, and it's like you're not the captain of a ship any longer. Whatever this is has gone rogue, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career. For some of you guys, I heard enterprise. Whatever this is yeah, not going well. 6 of Cups, okay? So this could be experiencing nostalgia, daydreaming about the past, thinking about times when things were sweeter, things were better. If this does indeed depict a relationship, then I definitely feel like once upon a time, you had a closeness and a fondness for someone, and maybe just things were simple and you just kind of felt cared about. You felt that maybe life embraced you. Maybe for some reason things may have been a little bit simpler. What gave you joy and comfort was a lot more simple then. But this can involve something from your past if you're not simply reflecting. Now, I have the Six of Wands right here. I feel like you definitely have a really great reputation. You've made really great strides. I feel like somebody who is really highly decorated. You could have a lot of years in the military, done a lot of tours, and if you have, and I want to thank you so much for your service. And if it's not military, I definitely feel like you're highly regarded. You have a lot of awards. You're very well known in your circle, in your community, in your I don't know what to call it. Yeah, but in whatever it is that you do, you're very well known and highly respected, very, very highly respected. Yeah, you could be an official person as well, okay, like a judge or, again, law enforcement or somebody like the boss of a project, things like that. But now we're looking at a situation, you know, where it's already in motion. I feel like things are in motion, and yet for some reason, I feel like you're being convinced against yourself that this is a good direction to head to. So let's see what's going on here, because there's a decision to be made, and I feel like even your project manager or whatever the situation is, if it's a personal thing, I'm not getting real romance vibes. I'm getting a nostalgia towards an old romance, by the way. But whatever this is, I feel like you need to harness your life, kind of like you've done things in a certain way, and it's feeling like dry toast, dry bread. It's feeling like, yeah, it nourishes my body. I can take care of my things. I have great funds. I have great money, but I have no joy. I have no nothing. All I have is a big chunk of crusty bread and nothing to sop it up with. Well, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But this Six of Cups is like a desire to return to the past, a past relationship, something that gives you more joy. But this already has been in motion. Like your trajectory needs an intervention in order to return to something softer that gives you more emotional pleasure, that is more of a give and take situation. Maybe perhaps, I don't even feel like this group is in a relationship, honestly. I feel like you're in a situation where you have really focused on career, on advancing yourself, on your dreams, on your goals. Some of you guys are into like creating, content creating. I'm getting a lot of like sewing. You could be like somebody who is, you know, makes outfits and things like that. I'm not entirely sure. But whatever it is, I feel like that has proven what was exciting before or made sense then isn't making sense any longer. And so this journey, yeah, the Ace of Wands, this journey has given you nothing but like a dry bone. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry for laughing. My brain just goes south every single time. Keep it clean, G. Okay, so this is the Ace of Wands, and this is about not having any motivation, any desire, any fire any longer, okay? Now, we already can see the Two of Cups right here, obviously. We're going to address that in just a moment. But I'm feeling like there's just no clarity here for you. With the manipulation, I mean, maybe you were the one manipulating things. I don't really know. We're going to look into that in a second. But I feel like whatever this fire, this desire is, you're saying that whatever it is that you're doing now, and it's gained you success and accomplishment and a lot of kudos, and people admire you, and people like think highly of you, and keeping up with the Joneses even perhaps. But there's a need to walk away from that. There's a need to walk away from manipulating and being manipulated. Okay. I feel like this is what, even look at the hand is pointing directly at the Six of Cups. So I feel like there's situations that you want to, you know, excuse me, return to. And this is a situation that gives you great nostalgia, again, from the past. It gives you that warm feeling, the feeling of just being. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to provide anything to anyone. We just hang out together. It just felt good. This is before the times of Netflix and chill, when we called it that as a euphemism. This is a time where we just really enjoyed any time that we spent together. So it's a lot of those feelings that you want to return to. And I feel like in the now, whatever you're doing right now that you've been really successful at and really good at has no juice, no joy, no enthusiasm. It's difficult to even get out of bed. I feel like you're on target, but you have no excitement. It's almost like being out in the shooting range and going, okay, I'm zeroed in. Let's, do this. Okay, what's my target? And you're looking around, you're like, that? Okay, well, I can do that, but I'm more interested in this. So whatever it is that you have your sights set on, isn't really bringing you joy or desire or whatever. So maybe it's time to sell the business or move away or kind of mushify your business or kind of like branch out or develop somebody who can actually take over the technicals while you just simply supervise. I don't know what the deal is, or it's a complete shift. I heard a complete shift of consciousness, okay? And for others of you, I feel like this is involving other things that are a lot bigger than I really want to talk about on this channel, although they always keep coming up. For a lot of you guys, you are actually towing the line and doing things that aren't conducive. I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. I don't care. This channel isn't even monetized anyways. It don't matter. But I'm going to say that a lot of you guys don't believe in what is going on, current events and things like that. I think that you are starting to really wisen up and look and see that what's really out there and what's on TV is just a bunch of BS, and it's fear mongering in order to manipulate. It is a great manipulation. And so I feel like you have no desire, no heart for it. I feel like you are good at it. Maybe you even have a business that is participating in this, such as like conducting surveys, or fabricating the actual, I heard ammunition, which would, be these experimental injections or whatever you want to call them. And I know this is going to lose a lot of people, but you know what? There's not a lot of people here to lose anyways. So I feel like you in your spirit know that this is not good for you. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're successful. You might be making a lot of money. You might have a lot to show for it, but your drive, your excitement is going back to what is real, what is sweet, what is taking care of people, what is love, what is nostalgia, things from the past, not whatever this cold and whatever this thing is. I'm even looking right here, and this even looks like an old school monster, right? From like, what is it? Can't even think of any right now, but like The Fog or The Attack of the Giant Tomato, or, I'm just making up titles because I can't think of any right now, but you get the point, okay? So I feel like, good grief, what is this? Yeah, look. This isn't what you signed up for. What you want is the Two of Cups is a really deep connection. It is a reflection of what it is who you are really on the inside. And I feel like you have undergone, look, they're both sitting to dinner. They might be different people, and maybe one's a vegan and one's a meat eater, whatever the case may be, right? But here we have like the zombie eating what zombie eats: brains, okay, and everything else they can get their hands on, a kidney or two. Both have a glass of wine, maybe a glass of blood, whatever the case may be. But this is just like communing, having that reciprocal energy, having that I get you, like you really get me. This intensity that is not based on finances, not based on what I can do for you, not based on what you can do for me, not based on how you even look or how I look. It's just about, I really see you, like I see your soul, and I really vibe with that. I really get you. It's an intensity in, hello, calm down, Griselle. It's an intensity and a comfort that cannot be bought or contrived, okay? And I feel like that's what you are craving. With the two, I almost feel like this is a return to nostalgia. So it could be returning back to even, it feels like a business or corporation returning back to a relationship almost for some of you. The Nine of Cups is, yeah, having your dream, your wish fulfillment. And I feel like this is always on the top of your mind. It's escapism. It's a little bit of daydreaming. It's getting out of that mind. But things are like you're feeling really cold right now. She is even in like a bomb shelter, right? I'm trying to gain some comfort there. She's got her ammo, she's got her rifle, she's got her ladder, whatever the case may be, back here, but she's prepared, and yeah, she's surviving in the now. But in reality, it's like her mind and her heart is elsewhere, and I feel like that represents you. With the Queen of Hazards right here, this is reversed, obviously. So we have a situation where you may be invested and there could be huge money loss. Or if you part ways with this partnership, whatever this thing is, there could be a huge money loss. And that is what is at stake right now. So that is currently the situation. Also, you could be losing your reputation, or you could be feeling like, well, people will think that I gave up, or people will whatever, whatever. Who cares what people think? They don't really in the end pay your bills, and y'all don't go home with most of them, right? I hope. So that's what I'm getting there. Let's get a little bit of energy right here as far as more clarity, more communication. Going with the flow of what it is that you really dream about, what you feel like is really faded, and what is good for you. How do I get out of this situation, please? For my pile number 2. How do we get a situation for pile number 2, please? And show me now 3 cards. We've got the Empress and 2 of Cups. You done seen me shuffle, eh? So the Empress, this is about abundance. This is about birthing new things. This is about a new idea. This could be, in fact, someone in your life who is representing all of those things. This is like a mover and a shaker. This person, if it's a person, has been all of the queens. And they've mastered everything about those queens. It could be male, female. On this channel, we only read energy. We do not read sex, right? So I feel like this is about moving away from energy that makes you feel trapped and stifled. And you want to move more into the flow of things. I feel like you want new ingredients, new things to birth. It could have been that you birthed this business that you feel like all of a sudden it's being taken over by other things that really are eating away at your mind, eroding maybe even the way you think of yourself, eroding the way you think of the world in general, and going against your conscience is what I'm feeling. But you're wanting to get back to this Empress, okay? Could be again a person where this is just like having just simplicity again, and having the joy in creating things, creating a project, creating a product, creating some kind of an enterprise that gives you not only wealth and abundance, but just personal satisfaction, contentment, and pride in what you have and what you're dealing with and what you're owning. And I feel like that's what you need to tap into is that energy of, okay, we know we're focused on, you know, the negative right now and what's like manipulating your mind, your brain, but focusing on what you feel like is abundant, and also what is going to give you security, because this right now with all of the yellow behind is going to give you a lot of joy. This comes from your solar plexus. I feel like this is a nod to the past of, you know what, I used to love to draw. I used to love to paint. I used to love to sew. I used to love to whatever. Okay, whatever it is that you're passionate about or we're passionate about, bring those tools back and those skills back, because I feel like you could actually create with all of those ingredients a recipe. And it's not a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for contentment, for reciprocity, that word that I can never say, that I'm probably never going to get, but that's okay. But you're going to actually find not only yourself, but you're going to find common ground in other people that actually really have the same similar ideas, similar, very, I don't want to call it simple, because it's deep. It's a deep joy. These two people are looking at each other, and it's even if it's romantic or not, that's your biz. But basically, I mean, their heart chakras are facing each other in every way, shape, and form. They are really focused on one another. Great eye contact going on, great joy. And there's not like a lot of like, okay, you're in a glass, I'm going to be able to jump out the minute I want to. This is like, we're like very similar in energy. Symbiotic, is that a word? Okay. Yeah, but I love the cheese face on there. Okay. Again, going with the flow. I feel like you want things to flow again. You want to collaborate with things and people. I keep looking at recipes and I can't help but think it's like you put something together that in the end I feel like maybe was used for not good things, but I feel like you're putting together or want to. You have a desire to create. As a creator, we're all creators, right? Something that's going to bring abundance, and you have it, but it's also going to bring you joy. Okay, so the Three of Wands is a waiting game. It's a little bit like, I know what I need to do, but I need to wait for things to change here and there, whatever. Now, I know these are cleaning tools for the house, but I'm looking at this one also. It's caught my gaze right now. And to me, it looks like a mask. And it's almost kind of like, okay, well, I definitely can't show my cards. No pun intended. I can't unmask myself and really show what it is that I'm thinking or feeling until this, that, and the other. So maybe divine timing is at work and now is not the time. So now I have obsession. Yeah, there's an obsession with wanting to change things, with wanting to really pursue that, which really gives you emotional gratification. Even in the way they're dressed, I feel like this person's like, okay, presumably is dressed for business, dressed for work. I don't know. Maybe he has like dark pajamas underneath. And there's like a kerchief or something like that. I don't know, a handkerchief around his neck. I don't know what the deal is, but this person's like dressed for, hey, I'm a dandy. Let me see my gal, or whatever the case may be. It just seems like a lot more of a fun vibe right here. A lack of pretense. Okay, there's no pretense, and you want to move away from, let me have not this facade or this prop, but I feel like what you have made in your life thus far or currently isn't really who you are deep in your heart. Okay, so we have really powerful cards. There's some, okay, what needs to change and how to change it. We have the Devil. Things that are controlling you. It could be money, finances, whatever. For some, I heard threats. Somebody could be threatening you. This could be a spouse or a co-partner that's in this thing, whatever this thing is, but it could be your vices as well. You know, your vices could really be threatened. Maybe you can't afford all the luxury that you could afford currently, and so you can't move away from these situations, whatever the case may be, right? So obviously I don't know your life. You know your life. Fit the situation if it fits. If it doesn't, leave it for someone else. Somebody could have a pill popping problem as well. So I'm going to say that this has to radically change. Excuse me. There needs to be a reclaiming of your power. And I know that there's waiting involved. What are we waiting for? Show me what I need to see, please. We're waiting for you to get obsessed with the new, the different, the I don't care. This is really what I want. And the current situation has to end because it's dead to me. It's emotionally and energetically dead. Show me what I need to see. How do we change the situation for pile number 2? And show me now. The Lovers. Yeah, you have a decision to make. I feel like this could be about love, interestingly enough. So maybe it's a situation where it's like you're a boss or CEO or something, and you want to go towards someone that you have an interest in and you're currently partnered. I don't know what your deal is. But maybe this is saying, well, I can't approach this person I'm interested in because I'm the owner of the company or whatever. So there's a lot of variables to this, okay? But whatever it is, it's definitely indicating that there are choices to be made. You have to make a choice. Don't sit on the throne and indecision, because that in itself is a decision. Show me what I need to see, because I feel like you're going to be successful regardless, okay? And show me now. Help us get out of the situation for pile 2. Come on. 5 of Cups, yeah. Yeah, there'll be some losses for sure. Even thinking about the good old times, I still have an echo of the 2 of Cups right here. And it's like, well, then I don't quite have exactly what I have immediately. And then I'm left with the 2 of Cups, wishing that things were different if I rewind my current situation when it initially started, when it felt pretty good. Or I felt I was headed in the right trajectory, things like that. So I feel like you'll be in the 2 of Cups, kind of feeling a loss regardless. And yeah, definitely there is a loss. What else do we need to know? 8 of Cups, once again, walking away from the situation currently that is just no longer serving you, making a decision. King of Cups, here we go. King of Cups, you could be having, you could be having some drinks. Ain't no judgment there, been there, done that. But this could be somebody just following your desire and looking at your options, because I have the Seven of Cups. Keep your options open, because even though you're looking at, okay, well, maybe if I tweak this and that, I could still be involved in the current situation. I don't feel like that's true. I feel like if you do, you're just going to kind of dumb yourself down into thinking that it's really conducive, when obviously you're being manipulated. It's just not healthy for you. Your psyche, your own psyche will attack you. So Six of Cups right here is, once again, this is like, hey, remember me? Six of Cups. It's like when things were innocent, when things were different, when we could just coexist and really enjoy each other's company. Do you remember me? I know you do, because you saw me in this deck as well. Whatever that feeling is, it's calling you. So don't give up on that. Seven of Swords, doing things your own way. I got to do things my way. And you might have to make some moves and not alert other people around you, because that's just how it has to be done, okay? Not everybody needs to know your business. I feel like, again, with the 2 right here, once again, about personal power, even though it's a 7, you may have like 5 people around you, or different situations, excuse me, that are like... I feel like a lot of deceit, a lot of working behind the scenes, doing things in a not so good way. But you may have to do things behind the scenes yourself for the better of your mental health, your emotions, and honestly, you want to feel alive once again. So if you want to be the lone wolf, be the lone wolf. It is beneficial at this point in time. And I'm ending your reading with the 10 of Cups, because why would I not? Look at this card, okay? Look, Linda. I love this card. Linda's nobody, by the way. It was just that kid who would keep saying, Linda, Linda, look. Listen, Linda, I think it was. Okay. 10 of Cups. This is about your emotional happiness. This is about contentment. With this blue, I feel like you need to voice your truth as well. And I feel like other people will be voicing their truth as well. Now, her arm right here, you could be tapping to try to get rid of some stress. Those techniques on tapping, you can look it up online, or hire a professional, whatever your deal is right here. But I also feel like this emotional fulfillment is exactly where you are headed. And in spite of you thinking that, you know, you might lose a lot, like your reputation or what you worked for, people might call you, I heard the word psycho, don't kill the messenger. But what I'm feeling right here is that you are actually going to gain the respect of so many, and that you're going to have this emotional fulfillment. You will lose absolutely nothing. You might lose like a medal or piece of paper, something like that. Something, quote, formal, that means absolutely nothing behind closed doors. Anyways, so that is what I have for you. If you like this kind of reading, please do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate your time and energy, and namaste. Hi, Pile 3. My name is Griselda Psychic MD, and I want to extend a very warm welcome to those of you that are repeat offenders. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, thank you for stopping in. I do hope that everyone finds exactly what it is that you are seeking. So I went ahead and pre-pulled, just for the sake of time, your rune tiles, okay? And so you chose a traveler, number 44. Then with your runes, we have, I can't pronounce these, so willow. Okay. So this is about success, sensuality, wholeness, life force, and victory. Woo woo. Who doesn't like that? This came out in another reading as well. And we have birth, sanctuary, life change, fertility, and secrets. And this almost kind of gives me the same vibe as this. You know, it's like birthing something. The egg is birthing something. Now, this guy came up reverse, which is interesting. This in the upright would be defense and courage, protection, independence, and your higher self. So if I go this reverse, I'm feeling like maybe you might be doubting your higher self. You might be doubting the success of where it is that you're headed, the traveler. I feel like this is where you are going, where you're traveling to. It could be metaphorically traveling, right? But the direction that you are headed in any endeavor at this point, we're going to call it. So let's see what your situation is currently, so that we can hopefully get clear and concise messages. Let's ring the bell. Let's clear out this space again. And I'm going to ring the bell in 4, 3, 2, 1. show me what I need to see. What is the situation with pile number 3? What is the situation for thee? What's going on with pile number 3? And show me now. Okay, start reverse. What else do we have? This one's peeking through. Okay. So yeah, this is about where you're headed. And I feel like this is saying, do I have the correct vision? Am I doing the right thing? I also feel like you could have people that are kind of giving you the evil eye, right? The evil eye. So maybe you need a little bit of evil eye protection, or just listen to your own counsel and don't so much give merit to what other people have to say, their judgments, their opinions. That could be a challenging, difficult process, especially if there are people that are close to you that you really kind of rely on. I wouldn't say not necessarily their guidance, but maybe their approval, okay? But as a traveler, keep in mind that you have many places to go, many places to travel through, that not everyone can travel with you at the same time. So it's an analogy that a psychic gave me when I was a teenager. I was probably like 15, 16, and the psychic told me, you know, in life, we have a lot of friends, and friends are like shoes. And shoes, you know, you have different shoes for different reasons. You have your stiletto heels, you have your sandals, you have your slippers, your flip-flops, you have your flats, you have your ballerina shoes, your hiking boots, your Doc Martens, your Jimmy Choos, whatever, okay? But you have many different shoes for different situations. You're not going to use a high-end shoe in order to go hiking. That's going to get you absolutely nowhere. It's ludicrous. You'll wind up on the news and laughed at, right? Well, for the same reason, we're not going to be able to have parts of our journey with different people because it is not their path. So right now, I feel like this, I'm going to flip this around because this is about, and I'm going to flip this around, which I did not do in the other readings. This is about following your own dream, following what it is that you believe to be true about you, about your path, about where you want to go, about your direction, but also following your own dreams and what is true to you about what does it mean to be considered high honor. What does it mean to have respect of other people? I have no idea what that is coming from. If you guys hear music, I can't control that. That's out of my circle of control. Okay, so I'm going to say that you need to really start protecting your mind and your vision against naysayers, against people that don't understand your vision, against even people that will encourage your doubts, right? Because inadvertently we can give people power that will encourage your self-doubts and things like that. So now's the time of nesting, of birthing, of creating, of heading and directing something in motion that you want to create with your own power, with your own dreams, with your own vision. Now is the time to trust yourself. Now is the time to set up a fence, a line of defense against others so that you simply have a clearer vision, and it's okay to make mistakes. This is not about headed down a path and I got everything right. No, this is about having the freedom to follow your own intuition, your own drive, your own dreams, your own ideas of what success looks like, and not allow other people to chime in and project onto you what it is that they believe these things represent or what these things truly look like. So it's okay to have that line of defense. You may have to even police people and take a bite out of them if they come too close to what it is that you're attempting to do. I'll give you examples that I've heard in my own life. Oh, Griselle, you're wasting so much time with that channel. You're wasting so much time doing readings and da-da-da-da. Or this is like, it doesn't mean anything. Or what is the point in all of that? Or you're not going to get anywhere. And that's fine, but it's my journey and it's my channel. And actually, I was just shuffling as I was sharing that. And I happened to glance down. I saw the Lovers. So yeah, it is about something that you love, that you desire. And making a commitment with your vision. Nobody has your vision. Nobody has your eyeballs. No two irises look the same. And therefore, we just don't have the same understanding. We've all traveled different paths. And so our path, even in helping someone else, could really detour people off of their own path. So I'm being told right now just to take it. I flipped it. I wanted to shuffle, but here we go. Ace of Wands. I'm being told to go ahead and take. We might have to fix that, but okay. So I'm being told to go ahead and take the Ace of Wands, and this is your drive. So go ahead, your drive. Here's a card, your drive, whatever gives you drive, whatever gets you excitement, whatever. I mean, could I have done a million other things and not done this reading today? Yes. Is this making me any money currently? No. Is this giving me great joy and fun? Absolutely. So I'm going to continue doing whatever it is. And it's okay to switch paths, change gears, to modify, to tweak things, and to test things out. But I feel like right here, you've already done the work, the inner work. You've already looked around and kind of made decisions. And I do feel like maybe you have people around you saying, hey, that's not, the best. And these could be, for example, people like friends and family that you relied upon that really are well-meaning, that want to give you good advice and things like that. But in the end, they don't have your vision. I think about, right off the top of my head, The Simpsons come to mind. And the creator of The Simpsons, when he first started with the idea, showed his wife, and his wife was like, that is the dumbest thing. Well, I'm sure she didn't say that exactly, but basically it resulted in a non-supportive mindset and environment. She wasn't supportive, and look, here we go. Fast forward to many, many, many moons in the future, and the Simpsons are like widely known, all ages, all groups, young and old, even to the point where they predicted the future, right? So I'm going to say that continue with your vision, whatever it is that you've gone within, you've done the work, you have kind of scrubbed free a lot of like doubt and gained your own clarity. And I feel like just with the same skin that she just scrubbed down, it's going to be really important not to kind of pick up other people's opinions, other people's whatever it is, well-meaning or not, doesn't make a difference. Keep things to yourself for now. And continue doing things that give you joy and passion and that give you energy. You're going to know whatever this is, because if you feel energetic, if you feel like, yeah, let's do it, then that's what you're meant to do, okay? Whether it's going to be just for personal enrichment or whether it's going to change and help the world, I feel like whatever you do with your heart does help and change the world around you, even if nobody says, hey, you changed my world, right? So I have 4 of Cups. Yeah, so it's going to be really important that you say no to things that you just don't want. She's got 3 glasses right here, empty, and she's, oh, good grief. Let me see if I can show you what I see. She's like, I don't want that glass. I don't want that glass. Initially, I always thought it was just because it was too big. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Do you see what I see? Sorry. Let's get that clear. I actually see a person floating in here, and there's like an eye and a brow and kind of a person floating, or at least a head. Okay, floating. And of course you have your little garnishment with your citrus and your cherry. So I feel like whatever this is, it's like something that's like unwanted that's being offered to you. They're like, well, I can get you in at my firm, or I can get you in at my job. And you're like, hell no, I don't want that. Like, why would I want to live like 99.9% of the miserable people? And I'm not saying that they're miserable, but I am saying that if it really automatically repels you, then why do it? On the flip side, this is about missed opportunities. So be careful that you don't want to perhaps take this cup and take out all the ingredients and separate them and take whatever it is that you want. Maybe perhaps this garnish can go in this glass and the head can go in a smaller glass and whatever. You get the point, but you can take what you need. Maybe she wants, the little sword right here in the garnishment. I don't know. Maybe there are parts of this offer, this opportunity that you can take. So it might not be exactly what you want, but it might serve for now. It might be a temporary thing, or it might simply be helpful. Now, this card jumped out when I was shuffling, and I have the Queen of Pentacles sideways. So to me, this is like, this opportunity could be like, yeah, but it's not going to put me on solid ground. It's not going to, give me what I want. And I feel like for a lot of you, it could be a temporary job. I feel like I'm talking to a younger crowd, or those that are in a transition in their life where they're like trying to change out of one job to another, that kind of a thing. Or just simply like, what do I want to be when I grow up? Now, this Queen of Pentacles is just typically somebody who's super trustworthy, very plentiful, very abundant, very self-assured, and yet she's sideways. So I feel like you may at times see the benefit of this and then don't, and then do, and then don't. So keep an open mind, because not everything is going to make sense all at once. Sometimes things just come together as you try and Rubik's Cube things. Things do actually wind up coming around. Now, the number 44, I wanted to actually address that earlier. Number 4 to me is all about stability, the 4 corners, and this is about your foundation. This is about you looking at your foundation and checking it twice. And I almost see this as 2 options. Do I choose this foundation or that foundation, right? With the number 44. But it does lead up to a number 8, which is like cycles, repetition. You could be going over things in your mind over and over again, right? Then I have the 3 of Cups. Maybe a celebration, maybe get together, maybe having drinks, maybe happy hour, maybe talking through things with somebody that you really enjoy their company. But also it could just be cutting loose. And look at that. This just happened to flip, and don't ask me. I've had these cards for a while. Okay, don't judge me. But I've got the 3 of Pentacles right here. And this could be about other people watching you do all the work and not really participating. So if you think that you're collaborating with someone, or if you're trying to mishmash parts together, like let's say you have an idea, somebody else has an idea, but it turns out you wind up doing all the work, or all the heavy lifting, things like that, that is just not really conducive, and that's not going to work for you. So you want to be careful with that. Also, the number 3 could be about keeping an eye open for an opportunity collaboration. So I know that's kind of appears like a mixed message, but keep an eye on things. Make sure things are balanced. Make sure that all of the cogs are pressed up against each other, working together. That no cog is left with nothing to do but simply watch. That is not collaborating, right? We have the Empress. That is what's going to give you balance. That is what's going to really help you to achieve your goal. Yeah. I feel like you're gathering all the ingredients, learning what ingredients work in order to make a successful cake. One that other people have not tried, one that haven't been tasted or tested. I'm looking in the background right here, and I see a lot of like solar plexus energy. This is like desire, what it is that gives you that oomph, that lifts you up once again in the morning, a sunny disposition, a positivity about you. So whatever gives you those feelings, continue pursuing those, even if it's a quote small thing. And I think about like accounts that I follow just on like food preparation and things like that on TikTok. And I think, I'm sure that when they started, it was a small thing. And this person that I'm thinking about in particular, I think her thing is like the spice of life. Gosh, if I remember it before I post this, I'll go ahead and put it in there, just because. But she has just a beautiful way of presenting what it is that she is cooking with like Indian infused meals and things like that. So whatever it is that it is your thing, I feel like you could be really creative. Yeah. And this person also, this content creator I'm thinking of, she actually has a full-time job at Google, and then she creates on social media as well. So you could be having 2 things that you are trying to kind of bring together. I heard intensify. So it could be things that you don't even see how they go together, but you wind up getting tools, tips, and tricks, or people to collaborate with to help you. Okay. It could be some people around you that are trying to steal your attention away. They're like, oh, come outside, come have fun with me. Let's do this, let's do that. Like with the dog and the child playing tug of war, have responsibility would be the child. The dog's like, but I want to play. Okay, but be the master of your own life. Be sure that you really temper things to where you can, yeah, maybe we're juggling jobs, we're juggling side hustles, whatever the case may be, but you really ultimately want to manifest. So one thing in the morning you can do is actually focus on what it is, act as if you have it. You know, I have this great business and I have, you know, this gives me great joy and I have all the freedom that I need and my needs are provided for as well as those of my family, whatever the case may be. Or I have things that are like really cohesive, that are coming together and it's still so much fun. And when I labor late into the night, I forget that I'm actually working because it's a joy to do. Okay, so Judgment and Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're, and boom, look, this is a pretty straightforward reading. So you're going to make a judgment on all the things that are going to really help you to advance this idea, to create this thing, whatever this thing is. And you're going to put your elbow grease in. Continue doing you, continue working, continue finessing whatever it is that you are doing. I didn't really ever notice that this is almost like on an easel and she's painting this plate or platter, whatever this deal is right here. Yeah, with all the colors. I guess I didn't notice the easel part right here, but it could be something that you maybe even sketch into existence and continue adding to it until it's like a full product and you don't really quite know what it's going to look like in the end, but it's incredibly beautiful. Just continue using the colors that give you joy, trying different things, different methods. Nothing is a failure. It's just, we're just trying different things out. Keep in mind that Coke was invented by accident. So it was Teflon. And yeah, some of these things are toxic and not good for us, but that's not what we're focused on, right? We're focused on the Wheel of Fortune. Take a gamble on yourself. There could be 3 key things, 3 ingredients. I keep seeing the number 3 as a reference to things that could really advance you. Yeah, look right here. I think I even made the number 3 with my fingers behind the camera, but you didn't see that before I saw her fingers right here. Maybe it was subconscious, who knows. Anyways, I feel like the closer you get to this wheel in the center, the less you're going to be moved by the ups and downs of whatever this project is. So keep a laser focus on your project. Keep in mind what it is that you are trying to do, trying to create. What does it look aesthetically good? Does it make me feel good? Is it helpful? Can I make it better? Can I tweak it this way? Whatever it is that you're attempting to do, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and don't worry so much about the noise on the outside. This could be people chiming in or worried about like how much money it makes and things like that. You know, and that, the same example is like my channel. It doesn't make me money, obviously, but I do get people that come on here, look at my style, and if they like how I read, then I do get people that hire me to read for them. I also get people that hire me for events, parties, you know, work parties, Christmas parties. I did one event that was just for the girls' parties, that kind of a thing. So it was really cool and very lucrative. So those are just different ideas, but don't necessarily focus on, you know, the immediate gratification thing. Don't bang your head up against the wall either, but do continue following your intuition, Rubik's cubing things and allowing things to be, testing things out, allowing time for it to marinate and seeing, checking within. Is this what I want to continue doing? Is this how I want it to look? Whatever it is. Okay. So I hope that that provided a measure of clarity. I also feel like maybe even by the next full moon, you're going to have more of an understanding and also more luck coming your way. So I feel like even this down here looks like a horseshoe, like a lucky horseshoe to me. So it is going to gain you more stability, just some time in prayer and or meditation, whatever your thing is. If you do any of those, that would be great for you. So I feel like that's going to put you in a place where we go back to the 4. What a perfect ending. Pile number 3. Now that's where we're going to end it. So it goes back to the 4. We have the 2 of the 4 separated, which adds up to the 8, of course, but then we end it with a 4 right here. I'm going to flip the cards. Otherwise I'll take that one too. We'll never get out of here. Look, this is you drinking that martini, looking all smarmy, looking all happy. Look, I built it myself. Is it a full house yet? Nope. Am I happy? Yep. So whatever your thing is, just being content with whatever it is that you produce, whatever it is that you are currently building, I feel like it's going to lend itself to a lot of stability, a lot of, again, root chakra, because the loincloth here is root chakra as well. Even her shirt is root chakra. This is about a firm foundation. This is about finances, things coming together. This is about how I sustain myself, how I feel secure, how I feed myself, my family, take care of those around me. All of those things will come together. Serendipity. You will even have time to relax, chill, write a book, read a book, whatever your thing is. But simply a great read for you. And I'm all for it. So thank you again so much, pile number 3, for your time, energy. If you enjoyed this reading, please smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit me up for a reading. And that's pretty much it. Till next time, namaste.